This week, we're in the dark in more ways than one. The 4 o'clock track has turned into a disaster. And even though we've lost half of our convoy, we're going to need all hands on deck just to get out of this mess. Last week, we hacked our way through an overgrown track, tackled a steep climb, and recovered a behemoth in trouble. But on the way back to camp, we popped a bead and snapped a CV on the camera car. How are we going to get out of this one?
So we got problems, we got the camera car down, so we thought the day was over and we were heading home. Next minute...
Jump out, I'll have a crack.
We definitely got a little bit more than we bargained for at this creek crossing.
Tyre off the bead, stuck in the creek, still had fun.
Sun's gone down, pitch black, tyres off the bead. What are we going to do? How long is this going to take?
Campbell heard all the commotion going on, jumped out and then went down the hill to see if he can help winch this Colorado out of this sticky situation. This is going to probably be a long night.
So they had to winch out to a safe spot to get the tyres changed over.
Right, winch blanket on the heavy part.
We did a nice short pull to a tree off to the right. There was a big tree and a bank on the left-hand side of the climb, and we wanted to move the car away from that. And then a slightly longer pull to get it up the lip.
I don't think the Shark's going to get up here if it's twin-lock poly comes.
And then we were able to move to the tree at the top of the climb.
Quick little pull out of a creek turned into 3 winches, changing points to get to the top of the hill because the car had nothing. No drive, it was dead, like dragging a brick.
Simon, I think your tyre needs some air, mate.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of air. I think we need a CV on the other side too.
Oh, okay, so that's why we got no drive.
In the end, took us a little bit, but we got the camera car through the creek and out of the way, and then it was Simon's turn.
So a pretty nasty climb up there, very off-camber rock face that pushes you straight into a tree. We had a couple of shots with the camera crew before to give them an actual chance. When I jumped in, the car was already in a nasty spot in the creek. We had big rocks underneath that just wouldn't allow us to actually move forward. We're still got to get the rest of the convoy through. It's the 4 o'clock track at Coffs Harbour all over again. Let's get this tyre fixed and keep going.
4:30 and yeah, now we've got to figure out how to get the rest of the convoy up. So are we seriously going this way, Simon? I think it sounds good to me, but risky, but I like it. I like risky.
It's always fun when the day ends with a bit of drama. It's usually the case, but it seems to be a little bit more than usual today.
So the theory was to get the Iveco down there as the recovery vehicle for everyone. So as we all came through, we had Simon set up and ready to go to winch us through.
From there it was down to the Iveco. Double locked 37s extreme tyres and it should have been an easy run.
Holy moly. Please get up.
But this is where the weight of the Iveco really works against us, and also the size manoeuvring in such a tight little creek. We got around the first section, but punching up that rocky face with those wet tyres, it kept throwing us to the left into that tree. We got so close that we're actually touching it at one point and thought, nope, from here we've got a winch. I backed it up.
Simon, stop.
And bang. Straight into that big rock behind me on the left, and we actually bent the tray a little bit, which for the first time I've never seen us do that much damage to this amazing tray.
No tyres off the bead this time, just couldn't get enough traction to get the big bus up. So we busted out the carbon winch again. This time it was only one direct pull all the way up. He was a bit further over, so that was good. Got the winch out and disaster struck.
Well, we're in a world of hurt, guys. The 4 o'clock track has turned into 5 o'clock, and now we've run out of winch cable on the Iveco and spat that out. So we're going to try and loop it back onto the drum, get it tightened up and go for a shorter pull. See how we go.
We're praying that this Iveco gets to the top now to help us all out. To help us all out, because what happened was then they let too much winch rope out, and unfortunately it came out.
I am trying to tie effectively a half hitch on the drum whilst not being able to see what I'm doing. Can I have a little bit of winch in, please? Just very gently and just little blips at a time. Keep going, keep going. Just like that, it works again.
That bush fix half hitch repair on the drum, that will last as long as you don't unspool your rope, but we do always recommend to replace your winch rope if that happens.
And with the threat of plenty more ahead of us, Campbell's experience, his knowledge and his calmness under that sort of pressure was immensely supportive, and without him, I reckon we'd still be back there winching.
Good work, Simon. Good work.
So of course, once Simon's got himself sorted, Byron's seen the opportunity to grab the shark and head on down there, see what he could get up to.
He came down and gave it an absolute hammering.
That was a good test for the rock slider. Woo! It's like hard enough getting down here, and it's another level to get up, so let's pray that I can get up.
I really thought he was going to get it. He had 6 or 7 goes at it.
Oh my God.
Okay, winch!
In the end, he too fell victim to the wet rocks, slid over to the left, and we had to call a quick winch.
Ended up with Simon and Cameron and the boys all down there trying to recover the shark, which was quite an interesting operation in itself.
I reckon we got pretty far.
4 o'clock track has turned into an absolute doozy. Half the convoy has decided to whip back around to camp whilst we winch our way out of here. We've got a long way to go, but hopefully not a long night. We'll get back into the winching.
That was pretty cool.
Around about the time that we got the shark to the top of the hill, there was a radio call from the rest of the convoy. They'd heard what was going on and they were getting a bit nervous.
Sun's gone down on us. We've got a bit of hairy track ahead, so I feel the teams have decided to play safe and head back to camp.
Big Johnny bushwhacker, not the end of the day we planned.
I reckon if it was a little bit more daylight, we could have all given it a go, but it's just that little bit of doubt that you need to listen to sometimes.
The biggest highlight for me now is heading back to camp, putting the heater on my bushwhacker chair and warming my big up.
It took us 45 minutes to get back from that location to our camp, and all the way we're back, me and John are like, oh, I wonder how they're going.
Do not underestimate them Coffs Harbour hills, because they are killer. Whew.
All right, let's go, second vehicle.
So Byron being Byron, he's decided that the tank needs to come down as well.
I was pretty impressed with that drive. He did really well. He got down into the creek, he got up onto the rocks. Just halfway up and he still fell victim to that slippery rock and slipped left into the wall.
Oh!
And as he's done that, there was a little tree root hanging out and it's just punched the tyre straight off the bead, de-beaded it instantly. But despite that, he still managed to get the Tank 500 to the top without a winch at all.
Eyes off the bead.
All right, let's do a head count. So we've got the Colorado 7, the Iveco, the BYD. All 3 of those have been down and had to be winched out.
After Byron in the Tank 500, it was my turn. Got in the Jeep, started heading down. I could see the wet tyre tracks from where everybody else had gone. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go a little bit to the right of that. Yeah. So I went to the right, a little bit more pointed uphill than everybody else. Lifted the front up, lifted the back up, kept the power in, away we went. Still had a bit of a slip to the left, but we didn't de-bead any tyres, and straight to the top, like it was the Pacific Highway.
down the ravine, up the other end, no help needed. The only one that victoriously makes it through this tonight is the JK Jeep from Carbon Off-Road. There you go.
Everybody up out of the creek. We had 2 Re-Beaded tyres to change, one on the camera car, one on the GWM Tank 500.
Who's taking my jack?
Bone. Sorry. I don't know what happened to that one, eh?
Now that I got my jack back, it's the C7's turn. Up, down.
That's how we work. No, it's perfect. You're good.
Now, Byron, in his infinite wisdom, reckoned that he wanted to get both of his cars through this section of track, but he was the one who had to drive them. What he didn't think, though, was once he got it across the creek to where we're all winching, is who's going to drive the second vehicle to get 2 of the vehicles back home to camp.
So, Honey's officially got the job of driving the Tank 500 out of here safely. Don't worry.
My wife Crystal decided to jump in shotgun with her. We decided to send the Jeep up first.
Yeah, all aboard.
Just so that we had a recovery vehicle at the top, just in case. Headed up, it was just a bit of a slightly ruddy, slippery, muddy climb. Jeep made it to the top with no worries.
Yeah, mate, bring him up.
And that unfortunately was the Colorado 7, which was running not very well with a broken CV and, as we found out later, some issues with the front locker.
Right hand down. Forward, right hand down. Yeah, no drive front left.
No drive front right either.
Oh, really?
Yep. Better winch him up.
Copy, I'll get in position.
What do you need?
Just an extension.
All right, I'll get the extension. We need a winch extension, some soft shackles, some we prepared earlier just in case. We'll also take a tree trunk protector we use as a bridle.
We ran the Scout 10 down the hill, got him hooked up. Brand new soft shackles, they're still a bit stiff.
Let the winch do the work, so you just drive gently, don't overdrive the winch cable.
Hit that winch in button, up he came, nice and gentle, nice and easy. And pretty much once we got him past those couple of ruts, we unhooked the winch and he drove the rest, it was all sweet. And next it was Byron in the Shark. Got to the same spot as the camera car and had a little trouble.
Need a bit more set, you only need a little bit of right hand down, not that much.
Okay.
Give it the old Byron charm, right foot flat to the floor, and up he went and away he goes.
Honey had a crack at the hill next.
I am in the Tank 500 because the driver is gone. I have to jump in, and then lucky I have Crystal with me. I have a supporter.
500 with rear locker only.
Stop. You got to go back further. From there, you just got to hold it into it, a bit more power. Go a bit faster. Drive it like Byron does, because he doesn't care about his panels, so why should you? And that's exactly what she did.
Go power woman. Yes, we did it. We did it. Go power. When they need me, I'm here.
Finally, after getting all those vehicles up, Campbell turned to me and said,
I'd be really happy if you didn't have to do any more winching because I'm stuffed.
and I knew straight away that I had to get the Iveco to the top without another recovery. And I jumped in the truck, lit it all up, and hit that hill with everything the truck had. And we made it through like a breeze.
One more winch chalked up for the carbon winch. This time it was the Scout Pro 10. Did the job, got the collie up the hill. I'm gonna chuck this in the back of Simon's truck. Go back to camp, have a feed, have a shower. See you later.
Finally, the rest of the team arrives after their adventures at night.
Oh, how are you, mate?
Awesome, was it?
It was pretty wild.
The food was ready just in time, so they got to come back, roast beef and gravy roll ready to go. And my God, was it tender.
For our beef and gravy rolls, we roast the black Angus rumps in store in our combi ovens. Then we slice it, put it on a fresh bread roll, add our secret ingredient gravy, and then you put your laughing gear around it.
But you got lazy at the end, that's a big bit of meat, isn't it?
Everyone was pretty relieved that all cars were back in place and we could all try and stay warm around the fire.
Campfire, good feed, more stars than you can count. There's nothing better.
Good morning. So this is the aftermath of yesterday's little expedition up the mountain climb. Popped the tyre off the bead. So let's see if we can get this tyre back on. Doesn't even work.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful morning at Coffs Harbour camping and four-wheel drive Farmstay.
And it's an absolutely magic venue. Nice open spaces. We've got horses over here. There's geese kicking around. And the best part is that it's a 2-minute drive to all the fantastic tracks that we've done and all of this beautiful scenery.
I recommend the guys come out here when they experience this. This is really, really good.
As we sit down and talk about the craziness of last night, we look over at our four-wheel drives and remember, we've got a few vehicles to fix. So the first thing we need to do is reseat this tyre that we de-beaded yesterday. You need to give the rim a good clean. A little bit of water will help you clean the bead, but also lubricate it to make it a little easier to get on. And once that's done, we'll get some air into it. Luckily, it looks like there's no damage to the sidewall at all. We just need to get some air into it and wait for it to go. This is one of the reasons why we go for a quality brand and a light truck construction tyre. This tyre last night copped an absolute flogging on the rocks. We drove with it completely off the bead and it's now reinflated and ready to go as a functional spare for the rest of the day and the journey home. Now this morning we've also found a broken line, which I dare say is for the front locker, but on inspecting under the vehicle we've found a nice big piece of wire wrapped around the rear axle here. I don't know where they picked that up from.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody left their trash lying around though.
Tom jumped under the car with me to lend an extra hand. Can somebody jump in the driver's seat?
Yeah, go on. I'm not going to get in it because you're under it, but...
Now the switch is on the right of the steering wheel. That'll turn on the compressor.
Front lock is on. And then rear lock is on.
When we're smushing everything, nothing coming out of this.
Nothing?
No.
Go to the front again, Campbell. Yeah, off. Yep, it's leaking. Front's leaking.
Turned out there wasn't anything serious.
Whilst it's not ideal, this repair will have to wait until we get back.
So pump up the tyre, get it for my 2 pounds. Mama. So you can see it's a leaking product right here.
We're leaving the Mog behind today. It's got some leaks from the portals.
Also had a headlight out on Simon's Iveco.
Byron pulled it out, let him have a shot.
Do the clips come together and then go out, or do they go out and then come together?
No, go out. I've been working on Euros since a little baby. Chinese.
Great job, thank you.
Italian gear. Iveco's on the road.
It's just great to see the team work together to get the vehicles back on the road so we can have a blast for day 2.
Just wait for the next episode, guys. It's China versus USA as we take on the infamous Widowmaker here at Coffs Harbour. Woo-hoo-hoo! What's the biggest bush mechanic fix you've ever pulled off? And if you enjoyed seeing the Shark getting tested, check out when we submerged it in Styx River.